Our organization began 20 years ago with the vision of a priest named Father Guerra. And Father Guerra was a Legion of Christ priest, and he had a love for the shroud, and he had a vision of having exhibits about the shroud in locations all around the world. This took concrete shape in 2006 when the first Othonia exhibit opened in Jerusalem. The second exhibit was opened at the Regina Apostolorum. It's a pontifical university, and it's located in Rome. So that is now where Othonia is situated. It's a part of the Regina Apostolorum. It's in the Science and Faith Institute under the direction and leadership of Father Raphael Pasquale. Our branch here in the United States grew out of this history of spreading these exhibits around the world. So let me just tell you about our organization in the United States. I started working with Father Pasquale and also Father Andrew Dalton around 2021. We were working on sharing Father Dalton in locations around the US for him to go out and speak and do conferences, just like we brought him to St. Louis and to Jefferson City last year in 2025. I was working behind the scenes, and Father Pasquale asked me if I would help Othonia with this idea of proliferating their exhibits around the world. And as we reviewed the exhibit, we noticed that it really needed to be updated. It was almost 20 years old at that time. So we started the process of inviting the various scientists and historians that Othonia has partnered with to review the exhibit so that we could update it with all of the most agreed upon and authoritative information. And our goal was to present this new and updated exhibit for the National Eucharistic Congress of 2024. We debuted this new exhibit then, and we realized that there was a real desire and a thirst for more information about the shroud to be presented in a systematic way. So we're offering the opportunity for people to engage with the shroud, not only as a devotional image, but also something that touches history, science, scripture, art, and then the deepest aspects of our faith. We also felt there was a need for a curriculum. And so our team has been working on developing a curriculum. And we started with the idea that it would be targeted towards 7th grade students. And because studies show that by the time students leave the 7th grade, they've made a decision about whether or not they're going to follow Christ. And so we wanted to make sure that we captured them with all of the science behind the shroud, but then also the love that is portrayed through what Jesus suffered for us that is also depicted on the shroud. We didn't want to limit the curriculum by calling it a 7th grade curriculum, so we settled on the title of Did You Know? 5 lessons compose the entire series, and they're all questions related to did you know? Did you know that we can see the face of Jesus? Did you know that the shroud is the world's most studied artifact? We challenge the students to answer the question for themselves, who do you say that I am? But then at the end, we have to challenge the students to answer the question for themselves, who is Jesus to me? Our vision at Othonia is that we'll take this updated exhibit and then we'll partner it with our curriculum. Through the combination, we can expose students to this systematic way of learning about the shroud, but then we can lead them where they have a personal encounter with the risen Jesus through the witness of the shroud.